Oh, hey. So I'm recording this video because I want to talk about PowerSiphon, and more particularly this 10% more critical strike chance per power charge line that was added. What this does is it enables you to get a cast on crit build online incredibly early in the league. I think this is so powerful that you could quite literally be crit capped by the time you finish the campaign if you wanted to. And I just want to discuss because that hasn't really been possible before with another cast on crit enabler. And I kind of created a PoE as a proof of concept for this, which is just PowerSiphon, cast on crit, precision, assassin's mark, and this is on a level 67 unascended witch, which has 3 power charges, some accuracy, some crit, and some further crit here. And as you can see, we are crit capped. This is without using increased critical strike support. And I don't have an ascendancy because that doesn't really matter for something like this. You can get it crit capped a lot easier on something like an inquisitor or an assassin or something like that. But I just wanted to show how easy this was actually to get online. Like, for example, this is a ranger. It's about the same level and also crit capped. This would be a lot easier, a little bit deeper into the league, if you had something like a Ungol's Harmony and you were doing a cast on crit poison build, because this is the commitment required for something like that. As you can tell, it's quite literally just this accuracy crit cluster, a power charge, and this crit, and boom, you're capped. This is without assassin's mark at all. This would be good for something if you were doing like a cast on crit, ethereal knives, exsanguinate, soul rend, etc. And I know, like, it seems kind of awkward because PowerSiphon doesn't really have a lot of hits, or doesn't have like inherent ton of attack speed. So to get 6 attacks a second or 7.5 with CDR from a belt or boots, it'd be incredibly difficult. However, I noticed a pretty cool interaction with returning projectiles. So if you use projectile, returning projectiles, it is going to check for the crit on the way out and also on the way back. See, as you can tell, it is getting multiple fireballs with one attack, because you get one on the way out and then it hits again on the way back and also crits. So this means that you will need significantly less attack speed if you are able to use returning projectiles in your links with PowerSiphon. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to use returning projectiles in your links. You could just use an ascendancy that gives you a lot of attack and cast speed, something like Raider with the Onslaught or Deadeye with Tailwind. Or if you're doing a 2-button build like Desecrate Volatile Dead, you can use a Necro with Corpse Pact. Or something like that, you could just use Desecrate, Spell Cascade, and a Spellslinger setup with PowerSiphon, Cast and Crit, Volatile Dead in your main links. However, that would ramp a little bit slower than if you could use something like a Poet's Pen, and you could use Spell Cascade in both. Because you would consume 9 corpses per cycle as opposed to just 3, which would really juice your attack and cast speed. Oh, random thing unrelated to PowerSiphon, but this league we're getting this threshold jewel kind of back. There is an alt quality of Barrage where it fires additional projectiles at the start and at the end, making it a reasonable clear skill and a pretty decent cast on crit enabler. Since it hits quite a bit, you can usually use 2 spells. Like right here, I'm using Frostbolt and Fireball, and this is 1 attack. As you can see, you get a lot of triggers for each attack, and it is a lot more difficult to get off the ground than PowerSiphon because it doesn't have that inherent crit, more critical strike chance that PowerSiphon now has. But a little bit later in the league, once you have a little bit better gear, it's a fun option that you have. Oh, one last thing. I'm including the template I was discussing in the video, and then just various PowerSiphon cast on crit setups I was working on, and kind of just seeing what the damage and defenses would look like on various setups. And yeah, these are very bare bones and definitely not build guides. I was kind of just hoping that they would be either informational or just maybe give inspiration to see what kind of stuff's out there. Yeah, but that is it, and thank you so much for watching.